G'day and welcome to Redriven. Now, we actually did a top 5 family cars under $30,000 list a little while back, and the link for that video is just up there. And the challenge with this particular video is that when we reached out to our dozens of experts to work out what cars were going to make up this list, many of the cars they recommended were just older examples or older variants of the cars that we already mentioned in that previous list. So instead of repeating ourselves and just talking about the older variants of cars that we've already discussed, we thought, let's go with some fresh options. Now look, don't get us wrong, this isn't just a list of the sorry leftovers. All of these cars do come highly recommended, but it might be an idea to go and check out that other top 5 list just to get an idea that the older variants of those cars are also really good. Also, we're going to stick to our rule that these cars have to be as internationally available as possible. So sorry to Holden, Peugeot, Alfa Romeo and brands like Skoda. Possibly good cars, but just not international enough. Also, we're going to be sticking to the Australian pricing because we generally find that here in Australia, cars are a little bit more expensive than, say, the UK or the US. So while these cars offer great value for money here, over there, they can be bargains. Anyway, here are our top 5 family cars under $15,000. No SUVs. Okay, kicking things off, and look, yes, these things are getting a little bit long in the tooth, but for $15,000, they offer a unique luxury option. It's the 2000 to 2006 Lexus LS430. The 4.3-litre V8 LS might be pushing 20 years old, but being a Lexus, it will still most likely run like clockwork. And as the owners of these things are generally a bit more of a mature vintage, generally they've been really well looked after as well. Obviously, if you're in the market for a family car, having as many safety features as possible will be a high priority. But surely having a near 300 horsepower rear-wheel drive V8 equates to your family getting away from trouble very quickly. Surely that equates to a safety feature, doesn't it? Okay, look, that might be pushing it a little bit, but the LS is fitted with multiple airbags, ABS, stability and traction control. Plus, to keep your family as snug as a bug, depending on spec and options fitted, can be fitted with everything from heated and cooled front seats, massaging rear seats, a cooler, an air purifier, and potentially a fantastic Mark Levinson sound system. Plus, they have a great size boot and they're super practical. And remember, all of this for less than $15,000. And okay, sure, look, there aren't heaps of these on the used car market, but trust us, they are worth hunting down. Okay, next up, we're pretty sure that you guys didn't see this one coming because neither did we until our dozens of experts kept putting it forward. It's the 2005 to 2012 Honda Legend, or Acura RL. Acura RL. Like the LS430, look, these things are starting to get on in age a little bit, but like the Lexus, the smartly designed Honda, even after this many years and potentially many thousands of kilometers, should still be running near perfectly, as the Legend/RL was built when Honda were on a roll in terms of quality. Actually, the Legend was Japan's Car of the Year for 2004 to 2005, and it was the 4th time in 5 years that Honda took out that award. Called the Acura RL in North America and the Honda Legend pretty much everywhere else, the superb family sedan is loaded with equipment and safety features that are not only good for their time, but even when compared to far more recent cars, especially in the post-2009 mid-cycle updated examples. Plus, the meticulously built and ultra-reliable 6-cylinder engine pumps out around about 220 kilowatts or 300 horsepower, which is just slightly more than the LS430. But unlike the Lexus, this thing gets all of that power to the ground via Honda's very clever super handling all-wheel drive system. Mix this with a lovely interior trimmed in leather so it's easy to wipe clean, and the Legend more than lives up to its name. Although there is a negative. Look, even though these were critically acclaimed, sales were not fantastic, so they aren't exactly the most common car on the used car market. Okay, this next car is just a little bit smaller than the LS430 and the Legend, but it's still plenty big enough to swallow up a family, all while being ultra reliable and just a little bit fancy. It's the Lexus, yes, another Lexus, it's the IS250. Unlike the previous two, there are loads of these on the used car market, plus they're available in a range of different trim levels. Which one is best? Well, look, honestly, they're all pretty good, but our tip is to find the best condition, lowest mileage one that fits your budget, and like any used car, make sure it has a great service history. But why has the IS250 made this list? Well, it's built with typical Lexus solidity. Its long-term reliability is proving to be excellent. It's loaded with luxury gear, it's practical and safe, it still looks good, and being a medium-sized rear-wheel drive sedan powered by a decently energetic 6-cylinder engine, it makes for a really enjoyable driving experience. Negatives? Well, they do have a bit of an appetite for fuel, especially when they're loaded up, and even though they're enjoyable to drive, they're not all that exciting. That is until you wedge a V8 under the bonnet, but that will require a far larger budget. But to whet your appetite, here's our review of the Lexus ISF. Okay, in second place, we feel like these are commonly forgotten when people start shopping for a family car, which is a huge shame because these things are great. It's the Kia Optima. For the $15,000 budget, the pick is a 2011 to around about 2013 example in top-of-the-range premium spec. The Optima is proving to be a reliable thing. Here in Australia, the suspension has been tuned for our conditions, so it has excellent ride and handling characteristics. And while it's certainly no sports car, the 2.4-litre four-cylinder engine does offer a good combination of performance and economy. But where the Optima shines is the sheer amount of equipment you get for this budget. Safety-wise, you'll be getting 6 airbags, active headrests, hill start assist, ABS brakes, emergency brake assistance, traction control, and ESP stability control. And in terms of creature comforts, it comes with climate-controlled air conditioning, cruise control, full leather upholstery, heated and cooled front seats, an excellent Infinity audio system, a panoramic roof, rear parking camera with directional guides, reverse parking sensors, and dusk-sensing automatic headlights. Plus, thanks to former Audi designer Peter Schreier, it even looks great. Now guys, before we get to number 1, can you please do us a favour and hit those like, subscribe and bell icon buttons, and after the video, go and check us out on the socials. Okay, taking this list out, it is the Kia Optima's brother from another mother, even though technically they've got the same mum. It's the Hyundai Sonata. The one we'd recommend hunting for this budget is whatever the top spec is in your area. For example, here in Australia, it's the Premium, but get it with the spicy 2-litre turbocharged engine. This is basically the same core engine as fitted to the hot hatch Hyundai i30N, although it is especially fruity in that N spec. The Sonata remains to be one of the more attractive, efficient and affordable four-door cars in this category, and what you get for what you pay is superb. And this is possibly even more true now as when it was new. Plus, the Sonata has gained an excellent reputation for reliability thanks to its awesome build quality and superb factory support. Features and equipment-wise, you'll get everything the Optima has, plus 18-inch alloy wheels, front and rear parking sensors, electrically adjustable front seats, rear door curtains, an 8-inch touchscreen, hands-free boot opening and dual-zone climate control, and loads more. Plus, the suspension is locally tuned and, even after a few years, still offers best-in-class ride and handling characteristics, and when matched to that turbocharged engine, makes for a very enjoyable driving experience. Negatives? Well, look, the interior design is feeling a little bit old and almost verging on ordinary, and the looks in general may divide opinion, but besides that, it makes for an excellent family car. Now guys, we would love to know what makes up your top 5 list for this criteria, and what did you think of the list in general? Let us know in the comments, and can you remember to hit those like, subscribe and bell icon buttons, and go and check us out on the socials. See you next time. G'day and welcome to Redriven. Now, I've gone blank right from the top of what I'm supposed to say. So instead of repeating ourselves and just talking about cars, what am I trying to say, Cal? What am I trying to say, mate? All of these cars, neither did we until our pretty much everywhere else, pretty much everywhere else. Still plenty big enough to swallow up a family with ease. It's the Kia Optima. Kia. It's the Kia Optima.